At 58 DPS, Paige is one of the strongest guns at level 1. The problem is, most people do 0 DPS because they're way back here trying to hit moving targets, and they can't hit anything. What you gotta do is get up in their face, use it like a shotgun, and shield when they go to retaliate, completely ignoring their damage. It's incredibly oppressive if you play it that way. Paige's bullets also pierce targets, so while you're farming a champion for damage, you're also killing the trooper behind it or in front of it. I buy the same items every game, but when I buy them changes. If I'm fighting against a pansy sniper that's hiding in the back and, just gonna poke me from that far away, I might buy high velocity rounds first. Or I might just ignore them. They're not gonna do me damage from that far away. But if I'm fighting a tanky aggressive boy, like this Moe and Krill, an Abrams, a Lash, or a Bebop, I'll buy Restorative Shot first item. Now, in order to get the 50 health from Restorative Shot, you're going to need to hit them, but if they're some big dude, you can't miss. You're just going to hit your first shot guaranteed. So, to trade against them, all you got to do is peek out, hit them a couple times. When they start to engage, you shield in their face and just keep shooting at them until you get that last Restorative Shot proc. Now, you've invalidated all of their damage with Defend and Fight, and you've gained 100 health from Restorative Shot. It's really oppressive, and there's basically nothing they can do about it. The next trick to winning lane as Paige is taking advantage of the fact that she has 11 move speed at level 1 with no items. This allows her to go off on the side and grab more boxes than anybody else, and then still get back up to the lane to fight troopers and get all the souls. She has great wave clear with Conjure Dragon, and the fact that her bullets pierce. So she can show up, fight, and then leave, grab, 4 or 5 boxes, and then get back to lane. To make this go smoothly, you buy Sprint Boots, giving us more regen and sustain during laning phase, building into enduring speed, and then finishing it with Fleetfoot. Fleetfoot is amazing. Rather than build extra stamina and try to make up for Paige's 2 stamina, we're just going to build in maximum zoom for move speed. If we buy healing right, while we're repositioning, grabbing boxes, we're running at 14 move speed, or up to 18 with Fleetfoot. It's crazy. And when you're in combat, and someone's trying to shoot you, and you're just moving at, let's see, how fast am I when I'm moving? 9 base when shooting target. And if I pop Fleetfoot, what do I go up to? 12 move speed? You're pretty hard to hit. This is tank in the form of move speed. They can't hit you, so it's the same as buying green items. Our next purchase against aggressive laners is Toxic Bullets.
Little bit of advice.
This punishes them for getting up in our business. For a more passive player that wants to keep range, trying to hit them can still be hard. We might already have high velocity rounds, but that can still not be enough. We're going to build Express Shot, because going from not hitting them at all to buying Express Shot and just plowing into them is great. Express Shot gives us 100 extra bullet velocity and a huge burst on that first hit. The 3-second cooldown on Express Shot also lines up with our reload speed. So if we're just poking, we hit them, and we're doing our normal get behind cover, reload, and then you poke them again, it's a lot of burst damage. Combined with Toxic Bullets, it only takes 3 shots to proc Toxic Bullets. The 2 from Express Shot, and then 2 more. This makes it really easy to secure kills on fleeing enemies. In between purchasing these 2 items though, we buy Trophy Collector. If we're in a position to start ganking, Paige has really low base HP, so we need some source of bonus health so that it scales with all of our vitality investment, all these green monies. Additionally, Trophy Collector gives us more sprint speed, up to 4.4 more sprint speed, gives us ability range, which helps land our captivating read,
There's someone I want you to meet,
and gives us a bunch of extra souls per minute. It's great.
Someone's using their noodle.
With a couple stacks of this, Healing Right, and Fleetfoot, we're running at 20 MS. with no stacks. With stacks, we're going up to 22 MS. So, to play a support Paige, yes, we have all these gun items, but when you're coming in like a rocket to save somebody with a shield, they'll love you all the same. And then you just kill their target. We're at 14k souls, and we gotta think about how we transition to endgame. If I'm still roaming around the map and ganking at Mach 10, I might just buy a glass cannon right away. Because I'm not in large team fights, and just walking up to a Moe and Krill and absolutely annihilating them is pretty good. But that's only if I'm ahead, and you gotta figure out what you're up against. If you're already 5-man team fighting right now at 14k souls, and it's just 5-man team fight everywhere, you buy Split Shot, because this lets you take your damage and hit multiple targets by doing this. It's great. It also lets you clear trooper waves, so if you're on trooper duty, sometimes you can use it to clear trooper waves even quicker, so that you can just continue box farming and ganking. Active Reload's another really great choice, because sometimes you just need a little bit more damage to finish off a target, and that last little burst is all you need. The lifesteal is also great, and that last 1 extra move speed can also be the difference between you catching somebody and not catching them. The 20 extra max ammo is really good too, because Express Shot uses 30% of our total mag every time we fire it, and that 20 extra ammo is like 2 extra shots, and you feel it. Sometimes I'll buy Leech before getting Glass Cannon, or at least Bullet Lifesteal, so that I can have a little bit of sustain if we're, in longer engages. Sometimes I just don't even buy Bullet Lifesteal, and I just use the sustain from Active Reload Bullet Lifesteal to keep me in the fight. And I buy Glass Cannon early, so that I can delete the world. It really depends. Sometimes I buy Slowing Bullets because that's what I need to secure kills. Either way, I usually end up in a game where I look something like this. 32k souls spent, and now I'm just going to be working on defenses. Spellbreaker and Spirit Resilience, replacing my first 2 purchases, these 2. And I'm kitted. 40k souls, and I'm a monster. I'm deleting the world, showing up to fights, buffing my team, dropping big ults, grabbing people. It's great. In rare cases, I'll buy Juggernaut. It's a pretty good item for anti-bullet heroes. I used to buy Transcendent Cooldown, but generally, at this point, all I need is just to survive, and my gun, the best CC in the game, is not knockdown. It's this little thing called Death, where you just show up and kill the target, and then they have something like a 40-50 second respawn. It's the best CC in the game. In some very, very rare cases, I'll still buy Healing Nova or Rescue Beam, but it's rare. And Knockdown is always good against Mina, where you can, knock her down and then root her for free. But usually I just, blow her out of the sky with Split Shot. Very, very rarely, I'll buy like a refresher for like the end game fight where it's like almost a stalemate, and all I need to do is just like hit them and then hit them again, and we win. So these are like last ditch options, but I don't really use them. Sometimes I'll buy Mystic Expansion on my 3 for like kind of early game to secure more roots. I don't know. For skill order, I put a point in the defend and fight. So in that early laning phase, before I have any other skills, I can trade. I either get 1 point in root or 1 point in Conjure Dragon. If I'm getting hard pushed, my teammate's already dead, I'll buy Conjure Dragon because it'll let me hold the wave. if I'm, but generally I buy Captivating Read because it lets me, secure kills early on. For skill order, or point order, you're going to want to max your 2 points in Captivating Read to get the extra immobilize duration. And then you want to max your ult so that when you stun, they actually hit the ground before they're unstunned. I don't like when they get unstunned about this high in the air and they can just flip out and get away for free. It's really annoying. After that, I usually max 1 so that I have another source of area denial and wave clear. And then finish off with 3, but by that time the game's pretty much over. Using this build, I just climbed out of Alchemist, so you can definitely do it even if you're a noob. Even on losses, I'm still doing 69,000 damage. So you can see, 69,000, 23,000 here, but this was a short game. 52,000 here. 32,000 here. Like, I'm doing consistently top or very close to top damage, depending on the game. And even on losses, I'm still usually doing pretty good. Drifter. Getting lots of... Oftentimes all the damage award taken by, a more dedicated DPS, but I'm also buffing the team like crazy. So, yeah, this build's great for low elo, and it will climb you out of elo hell fairly well. And you can see that consistently I do pretty dang good damage. So, while it might not be the best for, higher elo, where people are parkour masters, if you're anywhere in this range, run this build and you'll have a pretty good time. One thing to note is you're still pretty squishy, so you're going to want to secure kills and chase people because you've got the God Gun, but you got to remember to let your team be in front of you, or you might die in team fights because you're still relatively squishy. All right, if you liked the build, like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know if you learned anything. Let me go try it out and comment how it works out for you. Have a great day.